The story of Esther 4. Perhaps King Xerxes couldn't get over things that were happening to him all day, but he wasn't able to fall asleep that night. He went to the feast prepared by Queen Esther. So he ordered the book of the Chronicles, the record of his reign, to be brought in and read to him. It was found recorded that Mordecai had exposed the two of the king's officers who guarded the doorway, who had conspired to assassinate King Xerxes. Then he found out that no honor and recognition had been given to Mordecai. So the king called Haman. "There is someone I delight to honor," the king said to Haman. Haman mistook the king, thinking that the king was talking about Haman himself. So he said, "Put the king's robe on the man and allow him to ride the king's horse around the city streets." Haman must have really wanted to act like the king. But what the king said after that shocked him. "Go at once, get the robe and the horse, and do just as you have suggested for Mordecai the Jew, who sits at the king's gate. Do not neglect anything you have recommended." By then, Mordecai started to feel that something had gone wrong. The next day, the king and Haman went to Esther's feast again. The king asked Esther, "What is your wish? I would give you even half of this massive country." After rejecting his offer a few times, Esther finally told him what she wanted. "If I have found favor with you, your majesty, and if it pleases you, grant me my life, this is my petition, and spare my people, this is my request. For I and my people have been sold to be destroyed, killed, and annihilated." The king was shocked. He asked who exactly is trying to kill the queen. Then Esther answered, "An adversary and enemy, this vile Haman." What do you think happened to Haman? He was trying to kill Mordecai and ended up getting killed himself. The king gave a new command and told the Jews that they are saved. God saved the people of Israel who fasted and prayed to God, saying, "We will die if you tell us to die." The people of Israel remembered this day the Lord helped them and made it a holiday. From the beginning to the end, the book of Esther does not talk about God, the Bible, praying, or praising. But if you read the book of Esther carefully, you can see that it tells stories of events that could not have happened without God's care. Esther became the queen among countless other women. Mordecai happened to hear about the two officers' plot to assassinate King Xerxes. The king handed out his golden scepter to Esther without even realizing it. And the king came to find out how Mordecai was loyal to him. But it's said that the book of Esther is a book where miraculous salvation took place without any miracles. In this book, the threat of death is turned into joy. Friends, our lives are being made within God's plan. Despite many difficulties and problems, we will clearly be able to see in hindsight how God has helped and guided us. Jews celebrate the holiday that remembers God's help, and I hope we celebrate and praise God's help for us every day of our lives.